Dr. Barlow, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
There we are. Good evening. It is
Good
really nice to
evening.
meet you.
Yes, it's nice to meet you
It's good to
also.
put a yes and meet you face to face. We've been talking via email. It's really good to meet you.
Oh, yes.
And I want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to come and speak to us for listening. We've had technical difficulties, but guess what? We're still here and we're going to work it
Still
out. Let me
here.
ask you, let me ask you, can you, let me just do my,
Okay.
all of our people out here that are watching, this is Dr. Barlow, is a professor who started, unbeknownst HBCU, TikTok HBCU, Hillmantok. Um, it came out of a simple post that you made to your students. And I know that from that post, you've been on ABC, Rolling Stones, Essence, and now you're gracing us with your presence as well. So we say thank you. Thank you so much.
No, I
Now,
appreciate you.
tell us about yourself, Dr. Barlow.
Yes, I am a North Carolina native, born and raised. I went off to college, went to grad school, left for about 10 years, came back in 2019 with a husband and a baby in tow, and went
Mhm.
about trying to finish my dissertation. Not quite sure how I did it, but I managed to get through it. And I started working at a really great school called the North Carolina School of Science and Math. I taught Black Studies and American Studies to high school students there, and I transitioned to A&T this past fall.
There may be a little delay. Welcome. So where do you see yourself in this moment right now when it comes to the because you went viral. How did you find out you went viral? So you made. I'm not sure if I'm jumping the gun right here, but how did you find out you went viral after you? Let me read it back. What on your end do you normally post on TikTok to welcome the students in your class and give them the lay of the land, let them, like you said, see you face to face, kind of greeting them. Can you give us from that perspective? Was it a normal day, a normal Monday, or?
Yes, it was a normal Monday. They had homework due the next day, and I figured, being my nice Southern self, I should introduce myself and then let them know, let's get to it with with the homework. I have posted on TikTok before. It was not new for me. Um, it was shocking. My brother called me, my younger brother, and said, "Do you know you're going viral on TikTok?" And I was like, "Oh, well, let me delete the account because that's not what this is for." Um, and so he said, "Well, think about it." And so I said, "Okay, I'll do something funny. I'll play around with it." And I did something funny, but then I said, "But for real, y'all can exit stage left because this isn't what that's for." But they stayed, and so I told my husband, I said, "No, I'm going to delete it." He said, "Well, Leah, just pray about it. Just private it for a minute. Pray about it and see what you think." And so that's what I did. And I prayed about it and I said, "Well, God, I guess I can't block 230,000 people. So I'll just go with it and we'll see what happens."
Okay.
And
That's
Did you?
amazing.
now it's up to the last I checked, it was like 750,000, if not more. If not more. That was a couple days ago that I checked. Talking about it, and it's actually professors to actually come and start teaching on TikTok also their courses. So you actually started a movement with your students, which is remarkable. Um, I know myself personally, I thank you because I feel like we all need to continue to educate ourselves. And you're teaching something that a lot of us know nothing about because it wasn't taught to us. So it's imperative that we learn. And so many people don't have the time or the money or the wherewithal to actually go back to school. However, classes that you are putting together and folks to read these books is amazing. Amazing.
It is.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Miss Morningstar,
Dr. Dr. Barlow,
did you want to hop in here and
yes,
ask any questions?
I do. I do. First off, thank you for being here. It's so nice to meet you. I mean, I feel like I've been in class with you already, like I'm a student. I do. You know what? I think what made so many people take to you was what you got on there and you stood on 10 toes and you was about business. You said, "Listen here, this is the syllabus. This is the assignment," and I immediately grabbed a pen. I'm gonna tell you, I grabbed a pen. I said, "Okay, what's the assignment?" Because the climate that we're in at this point in our state of country, it's very depressing. It's sad. We come to figure out a lot of people weren't really educated on African American history. The real African American history. And I appreciate the way you said how you wanted to teach your class. You wanted to start in a different type of chronological order instead of the normal way. What made you choose that chronological order? Is it a more effective way, or what made you decide to start the class that way?
So I find that, especially because I used to teach high school, if you don't catch students at the beginning, the semester does not go well. And so Black Studies is alive and well. It is not just old pictures. It is not, it's wonderful history facts, but we are here right now. We are Black Study. And so for me, it's important to start with something that is relevant. And especially to your point about the political climate, we had to start, with thinking about Du Bois. We had to start with thinking about, if not, I'm not doing my job effectively. So that is why I decided to go backwards. And because I have this little thing where I don't like to either start or end with enslavement. I want that to be a part of our story, but it is not the entirety of our story. And so this is my way of doing that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I wanna.
I love it.
So
I
where do you
absolutely love it.
where? So do you have time in the day for yourself? Like, what do you do as like for fun? What do play? Pool. What do you do for fun? Let's. I mean, I could imagine you're a little bit busy. I'm just.
Well, I'm a wine and charcuterie
Little.
board kind of girl. And so I do make time for a couple of glasses, little cheese. Okay. I do make the time for that.
Okay.
We
I
don't
know
play
that's
about
right.
that at all. And so, and I've
Okay.
learned, I've learned to manage my time. Um, and I'll leave that there. I've learned to manage my time.
So when you talked about the discussion boards,
Absolutely.
as a student myself, I hate homework. And when you mentioned this, the discussion board, I'm like, I think she's talking to me. I'm not in class, but I think but you're right. You have the entirety, the whole course, but some people focus on just the coursework and not the miscellaneous, quote unquote. When you reply to somebody, don't just say, okay, say something with meaningful intent and show that you are interested, or either you're saying, okay, I agree with you based on what you said, based on these things, or I disagree based on these things, and have a conversation instead of yes, no, the one word thing to think, oh, I participated, right?
Well, I will tell you, I actually don't even have them respond to each other because I got quite tired of reading those tired, sad responses. They simply respond to whatever our question is, our main questions. I ask them to be authentic in their voice, and I respond to them. But, child, some things I've learned, let it go. Just let it go. Because
Let, what
I don't blame you.
what does your students think? I mean, you went viral, so I know when you went back to class, they had some questions like Dr. Barlow. So you the
yeah.
TikTok
Yeah.
celebrity. I mean,
Is this
This is
you?
what we're doing.
Yeah. A couple of my students who have my number, my advisees, text me and was like, "Oh my God, you're all over my For You page. I can't believe it." I will tell you the quality of their work has increased. I mean, I said, I didn't know y'all were capable. Y'all started
See?
people in TikTok Oh,
They're
I
in
said,
competition now.
There you go.
Yes, they're in competition now. Now they're competing with
Right.
everyone else.
Yes.
So yeah,
Mediocre ain't gonna cut it.
it's
Mm-mm.
taken off.
Nope.
No, it's not. And we've never been able to just skate by and slide by. We've always had to actually put in the work. And
Mhm.
although it was a quote unquote mistake that you think, but the rest of us, we don't take it as a mistake, that this is the time for us all to come together and get educated
Mhm.
and not, as you said, not just think it's all about slavery, because it's not. We have so much more
Mhm.
than just what happened. And I love the fact that you are having people read books that have them self-reflect, and not only
Okay.
self-reflect, but actually can use it in their day-to-day. You
Mhm.
know, I myself am an avid reader, although I haven't had a chance to read anything lately since I started Our Plugs.
Mhm.
However, that's going to change pretty soon. We do have to take one quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection, brought to you by WKRA 92.7, our mother station, as well as HGE. We will be right back after this brief message. Dr. Barlow, and I can see from the chat excited as we are. Stand by.
Enter into Morningstar Boutique by Tam.
Again, you are listening to WKRA 92.7 as well as WHGE 95.3. This is DJ Kitty here with my co-host, Miss Morningstar. We've got our good brother, Ali Gold, and we are blessed to have Dr. Barlow in the studio with speaking on African American studies, rise to fame by a simple post. Who's next on the questions? I don't want to monopolize because I will, but Miss Morningstar, I believe it may be you. You want to go ahead and ask another question?
Go ahead.
Come on off mute, sis.
Sure. Listen, I'll be all night. I got so many questions because one thing about me, I love history. I do. That was one of my favorite subjects when I was in high school and when I was in college. It was just I'm so interested in. I say this year, being on TikTok, becoming a creator that I never planned to be, but becoming a creator, I learned so much more. So I guess my question for you would be, before slavery, give me a little bit of who we were, us African Americans, as a people prior to
No, we
slavery,
weren't
because a lot of
Americans.
people have a misconcept of who Africans were prior to slavery. They think it just started with slavery, and I know we go way before slavery. So just a little bit, Dr. Barlow.
Yeah, I'll be brief. I like to give a complex understanding of our history pre-enslavement, and I like to do it through religion. Oftentimes two things. One, we talk about Christianity as if colonization brought Christianity. No, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church has been there for long before colonizers came and took over. The other thing I really spend time talking about, though, is Islam in West Africa. Religion, whether you believe in terms of spirituality what's happening, you don't need to convert to understand the history that's tied to religion. And that often scholars were tied to religious practices. So if you want to learn something about what was happening in, for example, West Africa, you can look at Arabic texts, right? And those things that have been found. So, a lot of times I hear a lot of, we were kings and queens. Well, no, we weren't all kings and queens, right? Some of us came from really talented farmers, right? We are the ones that brought black-eyed peas and rice and watermelon to this country. And the people here did not know how to grow rice. We brought that knowledge, right? Some of us, as I mentioned, were scholars. Some of us were religious instructors, right? So when I teach about Omar ibn Said, I love his story so much because he is an Arabic scholar that was taken and brought over. He came from a very wealthy family, but he was respected by the plantation owners here to the extent that you can be as an enslaved person because he could speak and write in Arabic and he was just so intelligent. And so I think that some of the ways that we can sort of engage with the continent, like I said, is through understanding religious practices. Mansa Musa is, of course, someone that everybody knows, the King of Gold. I like to show his picture both to my American Studies courses, which often don't have any Black students in it, and my African American Studies courses, because you can find him on an early colonial map, right? European folks, before they went into colonization, were amazed by him because of his great wealth. And so they draw him on this map. And so this idea that European folks had never encountered Black people and that's why enslavement happened isn't true, right? There's travel happening all over the world, right? Long before we get to the process of enslavement. And so I think for me, it's really about thinking about the complex ways in which we can understand ourselves. And I often say, not necessarily looking back for a homeland, right? Because you will be a little maybe disappointed if that's what you go back with in mind, but certainly looking back for roots, ROTS, and ROUTES, roots, right? That create the experience, the diasporic experience that we have today.
Wow. That's something to think about, because
Wow.
a lot of the times, a lot of us, we think of, Africa, in which I know Africa is the continent with many different ethnicities, and it's a different countries, different ways. But I did know that we did bring a lot of, like you said, scholars and really smart. A lot of our ancestors were very smart that came over here that actually helped build this United States. So, and what is the main reason why we are who we are today, based off of our knowledge. So thank you for that. That was really, really informative.
So
Absolutely. Go ahead, Ollie.
to kind of run with that line of thinking, right? The thing that interests me is the size of the continent on the map versus the size of the continent, right? Versus this, this side of the world, the way they manipulate that with the maps. And also, I'm interested in what are some of the inventions that were invented by Black people that weren't given credit, right? Or we don't even know that they invented. Those are things I'm kind of constantly looking for. Like what are the things that we just never heard? Like we don't know the amount of stuff that Black people created and we don't know it, or it's not being taught. It's damn near criminal.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I always teach, or I try to when I fit it in, is a community called the Dogon culture in Mali, what is now known as Mali. They understood the star movements, planetary movements before. Their understanding predates the invention of the telescope by Galileo. They were already celebrating the celestial movements of the stars, and they have their own kind of mythology around how they know that. But when archaeologists find this community in the 1930s, they are astonished at how much they've already known and been celebrating when it comes to astrology. So it's things like that that are, I think we miss somewhere. I don't know why they don't get shared, but it's just amazing to think about.
So right now, I want y'all to make sure y'all follow Dr. Barlow. All right. If you look, there's a streaming little tagline going across the bottom. You can go on TikTok and you can search for her also, but you won't miss it and you won't follow somebody else by mistake, right? So if you look at the tagline, you can see her tagline on TikTok. Do you have a YouTube?
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay. I was about to press you a little bit hard. If you said no, right? So we want you to get there, and it's going to be a beneficial thing for you and for us, right? So make sure you give her a follow. Make sure you make some take advantage of what she's putting out, because I mean, we have a pioneer right now. I'm glad it went viral. I try to go viral, but I just can't, you know.
You got to do it by
But, you know,
accident, Ali.
when it happens, it needs to happen. You know, the right place, the right time, the right person needs to do it. You know, and that's what happened. And we appreciate you, and we welcome these lessons. And sometimes you can have an open forum, and you need to go live, Dr. Barlow. You need to go live.
I'm going to go live on Saturday. I decided to go live to talk about
This upcoming
it.
Saturday?
On Saturday at noon. I'll go live.
See,
Go
so
ahead.
do you have moderators?
Good.
My brother is both of my brothers are going to moderate. They're a
You
little
gonna need
strict.
more. You go. Excuse me, doctor. You gonna need more than your brothers.
Okay.
No, because
Yes,
imagine
you
you have, and I'm estimating
And I
five.
will volunteer.
You're gonna have more than 500 people, and I mean more than 500 people. And your brothers are not gonna be able to keep
Yeah.
up, because you're gonna have some people that come in for chaos, right?
Yeah.
They you know. So you're gonna need to
Yeah.
protect your platform and protect your, because TikTok is a little weird, right?
Yeah.
And also, I want you to promote your YouTube, because you need to get those people that are on TikTok to follow you on YouTube, so you could gain that following and get, because there's different metrics and stuff like that. And that's an easy way for you to transition. Is, hey, you're gonna put some stuff on YouTube that you cannot put here on TikTok, and make sure you go in. So if we can be of help to you if you need, and we're willing to give you any help you want. If you don't want any help, you can.
I'm about to lean in, because Dr.
Yes.
Barlow, one thing about my brother here, Ali, he gonna get you to work. He gonna get you. He gonna get you.
He
Yeah,
is.
you
He is
just
going to
asked,
make sure you are
asked me
right.
about self-care.
He, I'm telling you, he gonna get you to work, because we are now creators because of Ali. Because
Yes.
Ali said you need your
Because of
own
him.
show. You need to be doing your own thing. And I kept saying, nah, I'm busy. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. He wasn't having a no for an answer. So
No.
you got you an Ali now.
Yes, you have an Ali now.
Well, I appreciate
And
it.
he is, I'll put it to you like this. When we switched over to this new platform, me and Miss Morningstar, we were working on it last night, trying to get it figured out and all that. And that's great. Aligo came today, and he was like, I'm at work trying to talk to him. And he's like, no, you got to do X, Y, Z and X, Y, Z. Okay, Ali. It's all I ever say. But he will definitely, he's such a great person, and
A
he
blessing.
does it without
Yeah.
any complaints. He's a blessing.
Mm.
So we love our Aligo. We are thankful for our Aligo,
Yeah.
but he will definitely, and if we can be of any service to you, please let us know. As well as, you have an open door. Anytime you want to come back onto our platform, you are more than welcome. You are a text message or a email away anytime, especially if, we don't know what's going to happen with TikTok. We have no earthly idea.
Yeah.
But I implore anyone that's out there listening, make other plans, because our voices can't be silenced.
Mm-hmm.
And they're taking down TikTok and then bringing it back up, and they hold everything in their hands, and we're at their mercy. So we have to be strategic to make sure that what we're talking about and what needs to be said, it has a platform to say it. And as I say to you, and I offer to any professors that are out there teaching, please come and speak with us, and let's spread the word to people who aren't on TikTok or who don't do social media, but they listen to the radio or they listen to YouTube. Not everyone's on social media. I get it. Some days I wish I weren't on social media, but started this just so that we could make sure that our people had a voice. And then you and your wonderful post put another piece of the puzzle together. And I love it. I'm so very thankful and proud of you, because if you had went private and just shut down, I think people would be in an uproar. Like, why would she do this to us? And I did see a couple posts where I guess your page was private, and people were freaking out, which is they were freaking out looking for you, honey.
Mhm.
So I know I had another question. Okay, what would you like to see happen with the movement on social media? What would you like to see happen
Well, I would like
with
it.
this movement that you started?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I would really like it to remain democratized, centralized. I've had several people reach out to me and say, "Well, how do I get involved?" Get on here, share with your information, hashtag only if you want to, if you feel that that's appropriate for you, and share. That's what this is for. Do not ask for anyone's permission. Let's not get caught up in credentials. Yes, we don't want to spread misinformation, of course. But, part of the work of Black Studies is we are all community a part of our learning system. My grandparents did not go to college, and they are with their wisdom. They are walking vessels of wisdom. And so for me, it is very important that remains a democratized, deregulated process
Yes.
where every is a part of the
Mhm.
conversation.
Yeah, and I like that
That's
because you want people to feel like they are part of the conversation
Mhm.
without having to quote unquote show loyalty. We don't want to do any of that.
Yeah.
You just want people to learn. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. To
Mm-hmm.
learn and have the freedom to learn. You have to think about it. For so many years, our African Americans weren't allowed the opportunity to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So if our
Yeah.
professors are taking the time out of their day, and God knows how busy you guys are, out of their day to come and spread the message and educate, then let's just do that. Let's just do it. We
Yeah.
don't have, there doesn't
Yeah.
always have to be something else behind it. Let's
Yep.
just do it, you know?
That's
It
right.
doesn't have to be, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. What were you saying, Miss Morningstar?
I was just saying, I agree with you, ladies. I mean, our purpose for our plugs is because we needed something to do. After the election, it was a disappointment to a lot of us. It wasn't the outcome we
Yeah.
wanted, but we needed to do something because for too long we just maybe complain or try to overlook it or try to let things, and it's always a repeating cycle of things that continue to happen. So our plugs was developed with the intent to bring the community together, bring our talents. We all have unique different talents, whether it's farming or whether you build cars or you're a mechanic or you do home improvement, whatever type of skill you have or possess or something you might want to do. We created, Kitty created our plugs and brought us in to be an asset to it because we were business owners and we
Mm-hmm.
needed somewhere for our people to have a safe space to shop and feel value. Because now, I mean, honestly, your thoughts too, Miss Dr. Barlow. What do you feel like our value? How do you feel in this climate of the politics? How we're being treated because we feel undervalued, and a lot of us do. So this is why we have this safe space where we can appreciate each other and we can put our dollars, that $1.7 trillion that we were spending in the economy, back into our own economy and try to rebuild something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in a state of grief with this past election. I realized I was plotting my escape in many ways, realized that wasn't feasible. I have children. And then I realized, no, you're going to have to stand and begin to speak even more passionately to your students. Some of whom understand the power of this, but some of whom are younger and don't quite yet. And so it definitely feels like in this moment, now is the time. I completely agree to put our money where we are appreciated and valued. And for me, if that means I have to go around out of the way a little bit, we're going to go on around out of the way
That's right.
because it has a statement that has to be made.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And we
It's
must
so
stand
true.
strong in making that statement.
We
And
have
what better
to.
way to do it is together? Because, like I say
Yeah.
all the time, Kitty says, we're stronger together. We've always been better together. Even in the struggle of, being brought, a lot of us, a lot of our ancestors being brought here on boats and ships, they were stronger together through those hardships. So I feel, the adversity that we face now, which is so minimum from 40 to 50 years ago, we have even more advantage. So this is great. And I would love for some of your Hillman TikTok professors to come join us in this, and we can all collab together and we can learn together too.
Absolutely. So with that being said, again, the door is open whenever you want to come in, say you have a quick, whatever, our door is open. You are more than welcome to come back anytime. I do appreciate you. I know you've been busy. You've been all I think this is really just the beginning. I mean, I think it was so needed in our community. And so many of us stood up and said, yes, please, thank you. Please, show us and teach us. And it became overwhelming. However, we all can pitch in together and make it happen without the ugliness of competition. I need people to understand that everybody plays a crucial role in everything that we do. Every one of us. And we don't have to compete with each other. We don't have to do that. We take it from our ancestors. When they had nothing, they had each other. When they had absolutely nothing, they had each other. And just because we may have just a little bit more doesn't mean we need to compete to learn. There's enough of us out here willing to work. So why not work together? We don't have to do what they expect us to do. Let me say that again. We don't have to do what they expect us to do. It's time for us to do what we know we can do, and that's come together. That's the one thing that they don't want us to do, is to unite. The minute we start uniting, go ahead. The minute we start uniting is the minute that they actually know that they are in trouble. So it's time for us to not worry about all of that and put our heads together and make this work. Regardless to where you're at in life, we all have something, some form of value to add to the community. Go ahead, Ali.
Yes, once again, make sure you follow Dr. Barlow at AFMA Studies on TikTok, and you see the banner scrolling at the bottom. She needs some people on YouTube. Go ahead and give her a follow. She just started her YouTube channel, so give her a follow at Space at the Center YouTube. She's gonna build that up. Like I said, there's ways to use your TikTok. Can you hear me?
Just Dr. Barlow, just leave it. It's gonna come back on. We see you just fine.
Calling me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's
Hello.
ways
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
So
okay, I cannot hear you. Yeah,
so
I don't know what
go
just
on
happened.
mute
Cannot
and come
hear
off
you.
mute.
Hello.
Let me see if I can
We
mute
hear
her.
you.
You can hear me. I cannot
Yeah,
hear
we
you
can
all.
hear you.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
How about now?
Is that better?
Can you hear us now? All right. Maybe there's a delay. Can you hear us now, Dr. Barlow?
Let me drop her down and then bring her back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So keep on, listen, make sure you follow Dr. Barlow on TikTok and also on YouTube, Space at the Center on YouTube, and AFAM Studies on TikTok. Give her a follow. Make sure you turn on notifications. She's going to go live. She says Saturday. We're definitely going to try and we're going to check her out and we gain anything we can from that live. So make sure you follow our platform as well. Make sure you follow us here on YouTube and also on TikTok. We're streaming
Stuck.
both
Yeah.
on YouTube and TikTok right now. All right. So make sure you give us a follow, turn on notifications,
Yeah, just
and we
froze.
appreciate everybody listening on both platforms. Can you hear us, Dr. Barlow?
Dr. Barlow, can you hear us yet?
Ming, she hear us
That's it. Yeah,
now?
probably not because she's still messing with the trying to mess with the tabs. Let's go ahead and okay, she's got okay. Hear us now, Ali. Okay.
Do you want to do a commercial? I was on mute while I'm talking. I'm so mute
Yeah, I can go to
heavy.
commercial.
Do you-
Let's go to a commercial
Yeah.
while we try and get this together. Go to a commercial break.
Mhm.
You guys stand by for this commercial.
Hi, my name is Gail Thorpe, and I'm the practitioner for Nutrition Design, and you just finished taking a little sneak into my practice. With Nutrition Design, we are designing women's health their way. This gives a chance for women who are suffering with diabetes, hormones, fibroids, just even fatigue, whatever that may be. The difference with Nutrition Design is that we have specialized testing, over 200 panels, to be able to really get to the bottom line of your health. These type of testings are not even located in the hospitals, so you can really get well. If you're dealing with fibroids like many women do and not sure what type of foods to eat or nutritions to take, we have it. If you have hormone problems, we can definitely help you there as well. Are you going through menopause? No worries. We have everything for you. So you can find us at www.nutritiondesign.com. You also can find us on www.ourplugs.com. And we're designing health your way. Don't forget to give us a call too at 877-898-5130. I can tell you this much. The little secret's out. Definitely want to give us a call at Nutrition Design so you can really start to get healthy. You become a brand new you.
Barlow, you can hear us now. Are you able to mute now? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Dr. Barlow?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, we will probably
You break.
not. Let me let's see if we can bring Miss Morningstar back in. I'm gonna try and Ali, if you drop her down and then hold on. 3 bars, so I'm not. It's probably something on her end, or it could be on. Either way it goes. Let's go ahead and finish up. We've got the rest of the show. I wanted to thank everyone for coming. I see everyone that's in the chat. Thank you guys as we work up. Thank you for being patient. We truly appreciate you. The last words from Dr. Barlow, but
You guys hear me? I'm back.
Good. Yeah, no, you're good. Okay, I can hear you.
You hear me now? Okay. So thank you guys for coming through tonight and sticking with us through the kinks. Dr. Barlow was great. We had a great flow going for a while. So hopefully we will have her back on the show. And thank you guys, everybody, for coming in and for your support. Have a great evening.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Can you guys hear? It's a delay.
Yeah.
it's a delay. Yeah, it's a delay. So Ali and everyone, this is DJ Kitty signing off. Our plugs the on Friday, 30 Central Standard Time. Thank you.